Hi everyone. So today we're going to be learning about identifying parts of expressions. So yesterday we took word expressions and we turned them into our algebra symbols. Now what they want us to do is they want us to take our symbols and turn it into a word expression. So the question they have for us is, at a gardening store, seed packets cost $2 each. Martin bought 6 packets of lettuce seeds and 7 packets of pea seeds. The expression 2 times 6 plus 7 represents the cost in dollars of Martin's seeds. Identify the parts of the expression, then write a word expression for 2 times 6 plus 7. So, they want you to identify the operations in the expression. So if we take a look, we have 2 operations. We have multiplication and we have addition. So then they're telling us to describe the part of the expression in the parentheses and tell what it represents. So, in the parentheses, we have the sum of 6 and 7. Because remember, sum means the answer to an addition problem. So, the sum represents the number of packets of seeds. One of the factors they're asking is our packs of lettuce seeds. The other factor is of our pea seeds. So what they're telling us to do when we get down here is describe the multiplication and tell what it represents. So what we're saying is that each packet is $2. So we're buying lettuce seeds that cost $2 and we're buying 6 of them. We're buying pea seeds that cost $2 and we're buying 7 of them. So our product represents the price per packet times the number of packets Martin bought. So then, once we know that, we can turn that algebraic sentence into our word sentence. So a word expression for 2 times 6 plus 7 is the product, because remember, product is the answer to a multiplication. We still need to know our keywords. The product of 2, and now we have this in parentheses, so we have to figure out a way to put it in parentheses, and the sum of 6 and 7. So now when we're reading this, what this is going to say is we're doing product. Remember, we need 2 things to take the product of. So the first thing we're going to take the product of is 2. This is our first thing. And the sum of 6 and 7. This is our second thing. But within the sum of 6 and 7, We have sum, which is another operation. We need two things to take the sum of, which is adding. Here we have, I'm going to use a square because it's different. This is the first thing we're adding. And this is the second thing we're adding. So that's what's happening there. So that's going to end up being our answer for this problem. So I'm going to rewrite it out without any of the circling or boxing or underlining. So our answer to this problem is the product of 2 and the sum of 6 and 7. So then they're asking, explain how the expression 2 times 6 plus 7 differs from 2 times 6 plus 7. Then write a word expression for 2 times 6 plus 7. So the difference between what we had before and 2 times 6 plus 7 is there is no parentheses. So remember, in our order of operations, or PEMDAS, when we're trying to evaluate our expression, we have to do it in this order. So with our 2 times parentheses 6 plus 7 and parentheses, we have parentheses, so that comes first, PEMDAS, P. And then we multiply. If we don't have any parentheses, then we go automatically to our multiplication stage and then add. So if we're just trying to evaluate it, the difference between our 2 times 6 plus 7 and our 2 times 6 plus 7, here we're going to get 12 plus 7. And here we're going to end up getting 2 times 13. So this is going to give us 19. And this is going to end up giving us 26. So we can see that that parentheses changes it. It changes the order of which we do the math. So if we're trying to write the word expression for 2 times 6 plus 7, we have to take into account that we're going to be doing the multiplication first. So we can say the product of 2 and 6, that takes care of the multiplication, but then we have to take care of our addition. So we can say the product of 2 and 6 increased, which means added to 7. That is not the only way that we can write it. The other way we can write it is if we want to use a slam word, we can say 7 more than or 7 added to. That's another way that we can write it. So that is how we can write this algebraic sentence as a word sentence. So that answers that question. Let's take a look over here. The terms of an expression are the parts of the expression that are separated by an addition or subtraction sign. A coefficient is a number that is multiplied by a variable. So here we have 4k plus 5. The expression has two terms, 4k and 5. The coefficient of the term 4k is 4. So here they want us to identify the parts of the expression, then write a word expression for the algebraic expression. So we have 2x plus 8. So the expression is the sum of, in this case, we have two terms, 2x and 8. So this was page 262, so this was page 261. If we go to our page 262, we have a is 2x plus 8. So we have two terms. And our two terms are 2x and 8. So we can see that we have the first term is the product of the coefficient 2 and our variable x. So we can go a little bit further. This is going to be 2 times x plus 8 if we try to spread it out a little bit more. So we need a word expression for 2x plus 8. They're starting off by saying 8 more than. That's our slam word. So we can say it that way. If we want to say it this way, the product of 2 and x increased by 8, we can. But as I was saying before, if we want to use our slam words, one way we can do it is say 8. They're saying 8 more, so we can do that. 8 more than the product of 2 and x. For B, they're giving us 3a minus 4b. So again, we have two terms. We have 3a and 4b. If we try to expand this out, this is going to end up being 3 times a. That has to happen first. And then we're going to subtract our 4 times b. So we have to figure out how we can express this in words. Again, they're starting it out for us. They're saying a word expression for the algebraic expression is the difference of blank times blank and 4 blank b. So in this case, what they're telling us is we can start this out by saying the difference of, and we're looking for two things that we're taking the difference of. So they're saying, all right, we'll start it off as 3 times a. That's going to be the first thing we're looking at. And then once we have the end, that's going to our second thing. Notice they put the end there. So we can have here 4 times b. So we have the difference of 3 times a, that's going to be the first thing. That's going to be on our left-hand side of our subtraction sign. And 4 times b, that's our second thing. So that's our answer for B. So if we take a look, we have 9 questions here. They want us to basically do what we've been doing. They want us to write word expressions for each of these symbolic expressions. They want you to identify the parts of the expression, just like we did our breakdown over here. And then write a word expression for numerical or algebraic expression. So here they're giving us 9 times parentheses, 9 minus 4 and parentheses. They're starting us off a little bit with the hints, just like we had with A and B. They want you to fill it in. Make sure that you get what's in parentheses done first. Remember, PEMDAS. Over here, then we have 6 plus 20 divided by 4. Remember, PEMDAS. This is coming later, so you might want to use slam words. You might want to say something like the quotient of 6 increased by the quotient of 20 and 4. That's fine, because that's saying we have 6, and we're increasing it, which is adding it, by our quotient, 20 divided by 4. And our quotient happens first since it's division, so that's fine to say it like that. Over here, it's just like what we have with B, except for with difference, now it's addition. So remember, instead of difference, we can say sum. Here's the same thing as up here. They're giving us more expressions, and they want us to write word expressions for the numerical or algebraic expression. Down here, they want you to identify the terms of the expression and then give the coefficient of each term. So here we don't even have to turn it into the word expressions. They're just asking for this step. Basically, there are 2 terms. What are the terms? And then give the coefficients, which here we didn't really give the coefficients. But here they'd be asking for what's the coefficient of k? There's nothing in front of it, so it's 1. What's the coefficient of our 3D? It's going to end up being 3. Over here, they're asking for what the terms are. So we have 2 terms here, 2 terms here, and then the coefficients, which is the number in front of the variable. So that's what they're asking us to do here. So I want you guys to finish page 263. If you have any questions about how to do it or what they're asking you to do, please let me know. Thank you.